Foot in some parts and more?
Yeah, Lena, we haven't had snow like this since Christmas, and then we had one in early December as well. But there are a lot of people happy about this. Not only do we have President's Day tomorrow, so all the kiddos are off, but snowplow drivers, people that have landscape companies are happy, and obviously ski resorts as well. So we'll see how much we total with, but you're right. Some areas could total over a foot by the time all is said and done. So a new product from the Weather Prediction Center, I'm going to start with this, is the Winter Storm Severity Index. This talks what we talk about all the time here on Channel 3 is the impacts. It doesn't matter if you get 10 inches of snow or 15, you have the same impact by the end of that. And so this measures the impacts. You can see the orange and the red shades. That's when you have moderate impacts where it really starts to disrupt your daily life. And look at the reach of this storm. Texas obviously doesn't usually get snows like this, but this will stretch not just from Texas, but all the way up into the Ohio Valley. And locally, we're talking moderate to major impacts from this in terms of the heavier snowfall. It's going to be a lot to remove, snow-covered streets. Most of the impacts, I think, are going to be felt Monday night into Tuesday morning, not tomorrow morning, although we will see some. So what are those impacts? Well, the snowfall, we're going to have some heavier snowfall rates tomorrow evening on into Tuesday morning. Low visibility, especially when that heaviest snow moves in. And in terms of power outage, we do have a chance for that. This isn't going to be a heavy, wet cake kind of snow. There is going to be some water content to it. It turns a little bit more fluffier on Tuesday, but overall, we're dealing with a pretty formidable storm around here. So what's it look like in terms of timing? You can see we've got widespread snow starting to break out from areas of Illinois back down towards Texas. This is the wave that we'll watch, and we'll likely see some snow fill in on radar as we go throughout the overnight hours, and that moves in here tonight. I showed at the beginning of the show 2,000-mile stretch of winter storm warnings from New York all the way down to areas where we might have spring breakers going this time of year. How about that? Down in South Padre Island, Texas, the very southern tip down by Brownsville. Houston going to be impacted by this, and us. We deal with those winter storm warnings. Those go into effect tonight at 1 a.m. and then really ramps up as we go through tomorrow into Tuesday. So it's quiet now. We've had some lake effect flurries today. You can see some of the snow starting to show up on radar. I would imagine we have some areas of light snow that will develop here this evening. Our model agrees. You can see the clouds thickening up, perhaps some snow as we get towards the early morning hours. That's when it'll become a little bit more widespread. Temperatures staying right where they're at, near 20. So as we mentioned earlier, road salt still works, but not quite as well as it does at 30 degrees or so. So let's take you hour by hour with that National Design Mart forecast. Here you go. Snow overspreads the area tonight. Tomorrow morning's rush hour will likely be slippery. It's not a snow that we can't handle. We'll get a couple inches, I think, by morning. I'm going with the general 1 to 4 area-wide. So that'll slicken up the streets, but certainly going to be manageable tomorrow morning. That should head on out as the system's coming in 2 waves. I want everyone to remember that because tomorrow midday, look at this, we're quiet. We'll likely have some light snow out there from time to time, but overall, it's a pretty quiet afternoon. It's tomorrow evening that things are really going to start to go downhill as the bulk of the storm moves in. That snow will overspread the area for the evening commute. It'll likely be heavy at times. Depending on where the track of that low is, it looks like we're parked right in that moderate to heavy snow Monday evening, and that goes through Tuesday morning. So that Tuesday morning rush hour not looking good at this point as we're going to have lots of snow on the ground from that. Tuesday during the day, the snow should start to exit. I think our model a little light on the snow throughout the day. We'll likely have some lingering snow showers, but look at temperatures Tuesday. We're in the teens. It gets much colder behind the system. So how much snow? This is how much falls through tomorrow morning. You can see a general 1 to 3 inches. So snowy, but manageable. But then after that, we'll put everything together. We're talking 8 to 14 across the heart of the 71 corridor. May have some icing down towards the south and the east, and that would limit some of our totals down towards Dover, New Philly. One of the questions I've been getting, how windy is it going to be with this? Well, not a lot of wind tomorrow morning. It's tomorrow evening. We'll likely see some gusts, so we're going to be dealing with blowing and drifting snow around here as well as we get into your Monday night and Tuesday. And again, that's going to be the biggest impactful part of this storm. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. There's your snow the next 2 days. Wouldn't you know it, we've got another one after that, Thursday, Friday. We'll detail that more tonight at 11, but you can see we finally start to warm things up, but lots of snow in the forecast this week. We'll obviously keep you updated on WKOIC.com. We'll be right back with sports after this.